Wendy decided 6 years ago when the war started that she needed to do something as her part in some sort of peace effort. And what she did is she sort of started coming down here, just a smattering of a group of people. And she's been here Thursdays from 11 to 1, and we still are here, 11 to 1 ever since, so 6 years. And there are some vigils that take the winter off because we claim it gets too dark or we claim it gets too cold. This one goes all year long. She is just vigilant.
I had been really feeling strongly, and a few other people were too, that there had to be a visible presence against the war. People were talking about different directions they wanted to take, and then this was the one that I really wanted to take. And we just felt that there ought to be something every single week where people who would see us and always know that whenever they got to that point that they couldn't take the war anymore, that there would be someplace they could come and something they could join. And I feel that it's really important to put out educational information, because for a long time there was really no accurate information getting out in the newspapers, and it was pretty hard to find it anywhere. So it kept me focused and forced me to keep reading, to put out together a leaflet every single week. And so every week, pretty much until just recently here, we have had a new informative leaflet taking different angles, which sometimes the faith perspective, sometimes that's something about the costs of war, sometimes personal stories from Iraq or from some veteran's family. Things that you don't read in other places that hopefully the person will pick up the leaflet that reaches them. One of them was just a photograph that came out of a photojournal in The Nation magazine. And so some people pick them up every week, and they've been picking them up every week for 4 years. And some people pick it up for the first time, and some people don't pick it up.
Anytime somebody receives one of those leaflets she does, they are enriched. Even though it's just Thursdays for this hour and a half, it's amazing the little tiny community we have that go up and they want her leaflet. And like they'll walk by and even ask, "Where's Wendy?" when the few times that she's not here. So I think that is sort of an unexpected, kind of lovely part about all of this. But this is an awfully good way to stay visible and just try to prompt somebody to think about something they may not have been thinking about had they not driven by and seen us.
Where I think the biggest change was, if you can believe this, is after Obama's election, because it seems like people have permission to be against the war now where they didn't before. And I think there was a lot of fear that people maybe were afraid if they, and right at the beginning, if 2 or 3 people came along, they would all together say no. Then a couple years later, one of them would take it, but fall behind the other ones and take it. And then after a while, more people would take them. But after the election was when people started coming by, honking their horn, waving. And some people thought, why are we still here? We had a group of joggers come by a couple of weeks ago, and we could hear them loud and clear from across the street. They were like, what are they still doing out there? We didn't think they'd be there anymore. So we feel that it's important, apart from the fact that, of course, our country is just as much at war as it had been before, and no signs of that, changing. I think all of us have a personal commitment to be out here until the wars are done anyway. But I think in the face, see what I mean? In the face, in the face of that perception that now we have an anti-war president and there's no need for us to be here, it's even more important for us to be here. And so we do try to get out the information. We've had one piece about Afghan Not a Good War that was out on the internet last summer that we're still using because, hello, that's where all the emphasis is. It's a really good article.